Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning in and checking out my latest video. Now, this video is going to be talking about Gennady Triple G Golovkin versus Marco Antonio Rubio. Now, I'm excited for this fight because I think both of these guys and the style that they use in the ring is going to make this a very exciting fight for however long it lasts. Now, let me first start off with Marco Antonio Rubio. If you're not familiar with Rubio, he is a Mexican fighter who possesses a good chin, good heart, and he is durable. And he's a guy who has a lot of KOs on his resume. And some punches I like that he throws. I like his jab, and I also like his right hand, and he packs a punch as well. And he's a veteran of the game. He's been in there with a lot of fighters. Some notable ones, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., and also he's been in there with Kelly Pavlik and David Lemieux, who I'm going to get into in a minute. Also, Marco Antonio Rubio is being trained by Robert Garcia. So I think that's a good move. Garcia will probably have a good game plan for this fight. Also, I think that Garcia definitely is adding some improvement to Rubio's game. Now, when I was mentioning David Lemieux, him and Rubio actually fought. And in this matchup, what I liked about Rubio is early on in the fight, Lemieux came out. If you're not familiar with David Lemieux, he's from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. He's a big puncher. And he came out and actually backed up Marco Antonio Rubio, landed some nice shots. And early on, nothing was going right. But Rubio rebounded in the second half of this fight and ended up actually stopping David Lemieux. Very impressive performance. Lemieux's corner ended up having to throw the towel in, and that's what I mean about Rubio. He never feels he's out of a fight, and that's a great trait to have as a fighter. Now, moving on to Gennady Triple G Golovkin. This is a guy who's looking for his 18th straight stoppage victory, and he's a guy, when I look at his skills, I see a guy with tremendous power. I love his left hook to the head. Also, his body work is vicious. That liver shot he lands is outstanding. He's got good balance. He's also never been dropped before, so he has a good chin. And also, he comes from an outstanding amateur background, so a very well-rounded fighter. And if you've ever seen my first YouTube video, you know that I believe 100% in the skills that Gennady Golovkin brings into the ring, and I believe he's a real deal and an outstanding fighter. Now, moving on to the fight, what do I think is going to happen in this matchup? I believe that if Marco Antonio Rubio wants to win this fight, he needs to come out early and hit Golovkin with some big power shots and make a statement that Golovkin's got to watch for his power. Make Golovkin respect him. Also, I believe that Rubio needs to stay off the ropes and not get put in the corner. Against Gennady Golovkin, that's a short night's work. So I feel that Gennady Golovkin will win this fight by stoppage. I don't think the fight goes past the 6th round. I just think that Golovkin holds so many advantages in this fight. The only advantages I give Rubio in this fight are his experience, and he's also been through adversity. We've never seen Gennady Golovkin so far in his professional career been through any adversity. So those are just two advantages I give for Rubio. Everything else I'd have to say I give for Golovkin. And I think he stops him early. I think that Golovkin will come out. He's going to figure out what Rubio is doing. He usually does that in all his fights. Golovkin, if you notice, he comes out, kind of gets his bearings, then he goes to work. And I think that Golovkin will eventually trap him, cut off the ring, and start landing some vicious shots. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think on this fight. And I also want your opinion, guys, on Gennady Golovkin as a fighter, because I've seen a lot of boxing forums. People say he hasn't fought anybody. People don't think he's a good fighter, to be honest. They think he's overrated. So I'd like your opinion on him. I've also known that I've spoke to trainers about Gennady Golovkin, and they really liked his skill set, and they think he's a real deal as well. Some of the guys that I talked to. Now, other boxing trainers might have another difference of opinion, and that's what really makes boxing such a great sport. We all have a different opinion on all kinds of different types of fighters. So give me your take on this fight, guys. I want to know what you guys think. Also, if you're in California, you don't want to miss this card. October 18th, you have Donaire and Walters also on this card. So a stacked card. HBO putting on a good night of boxing. And I'm looking forward to this fight. Going to be very exciting. Thank you very much, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so if you enjoyed the video. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.